Hey guys, welcome back to the episode. This is a continuation of our last episode, so if you haven't already, go back and check that one out, because otherwise this won't make any sense. Actually, probably won't make sense anyway. Enjoy!
Welcome back.
Did you hit record?
I did. We're recording.
We are officially recording. I see the red light.
Perfect.
And
wait, red light means stop.
Don't. The red light means on. That's like the starting of every horror movie.
Why did you say that?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Cliche.
Oh my god. Now I'm mad.
Makes me very angry. Very angry indeed.
Well, we can
brought
continue.
up a terrible cliche. Is that what the segment is?
No, but it's going to be a terrible thing, and you should be mad.
If
I
you
want
bring
you to...
up Furious, I swear to God.
It's good.
Well, not the movie, but the
I wonder if they
emotion.
approved my review.
See, I'm different than you guys, okay?
Yes, you're
Like,
well.
you
I was gonna say
experience-
you're bald, but Brian's
We're
bald
alpha
too.
males and you're beta.
Oh, cuck.
Delta.
Cuck.
I don't know.
Delta.
Delta male.
Delta, beta.
Hey, that's where we're
Yeah.
flying.
That's what you think.
Nice.
Is it? Hopefully.
Hi. Okay.
Hopefully they let us get like
Because you guys experience certain emotions like
I'm gonna get
like
9 a.m.
anger
drunk.
and fury and stuff like that every now and then, right?
Yeah,
but
when
I'm
say
different.
Furious, I swear to God.
But I don't experience those emotions.
Yes, you do.
Those emotions experience me.
Oh, here we go.
So
Let him finish.
anger experiences me.
Here we go.
Right now, anger is experiencing me, and I'm going to go into this topic
With
With fury?
without anger, with anger experiencing me. Okay,
Okay. I'm ready.
I don't feel like you are, young man.
not
I'm
ready.
experiencing readiness right
Feel
now.
like you are,
I'm
young man.
experiencing ready.
Are you ready, young man?
They haven't approved my user review yet.
Oh, they will. It's
It's going to lower that 4.6
Nice.
because I gave it a 1 because I couldn't give it a 0.
I wanted to bring up a different sort of transportation that
Not a
fucking
Boeing?
sucks.
Walking?
Bad drivers. I want to bring up bad
Oh
drivers.
my
Okay.
God. I'm going to go off.
John is
I'm
going
going to
to
go off.
So there's
Anger
like,
is going to experience a lot of John.
I brought up a theory a while ago, and I don't know if it was.
that needs to be a sound clip.
What is it?
Anger is going to experience a lot of John.
Yes. But it was many episodes I brought up a theory, and I don't know if it was received well enough. And I've examined my thoughts. I put it together. There was a Facebook page that I was attached to called "You Park Like an Asshole, Omaha, Nebraska."
Yes.
I've seen it.
And I found
I
another
was
one.
a part of that, but then people got ridiculous. So I
Oh yeah,
stopped.
they are stupid.
They're petty.
Yes, and like so there's another one I got a hold of. I was like, "You drive like an asshole, Omaha, Nebraska," and I'm like, "Okay, well these guys are." Yeah, one of the guys kind of made a comment on one of my posts there. I will go into it here soon, but I think he was absolutely correct. He's said something along the lines of like, "There's a lot of thinkiness to this. This is probably not the right group for you." And I'm like, I'm realizing that. I mean, like a lot of people here in this group don't give a shit. Like they just want to call each other out. They know they suck at driving, but they don't want to reprimand or fix their issue. They just want to ha laugh at it.
Shut up.
You shut up.
And it's like, no, this is kind of like the whole Boeing situation where lives are at risk here, but they don't. Oh, it's not important to them. When it comes to drivers, like that's probably my biggest pet peeve. So I made a theory a while back. I don't know how far back you listened to, and I don't recall exactly what episode this was on, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail, and I'll read the comment that I put on there. So starting off, new to the page, but old to the rage. Call this a little extreme, but I tend to gauge people's driving.
Dr. Seuss over here.
It's force of habit. Force of habit. So call this a little extreme, but I tend to gauge people's driving as a testament of their honesty. When you get married, you make vows to treasure and commit yourself to this person. You understand this and sign on the line to receive a marriage license as a promise to abide by these vows. When you step out of your marriage, it is rude, selfish, dishonest. When you receive a driver's license, you must sign on a line as a promise that you understand and will abide by the rules of the road.
I hate you
When you
already in this group.
When you perform illegal turns or fail to signal, you show that you don't give a fuck about anybody else and that you are selfish and dishonest by cutting corners. You are willing to break your promise if you think you are not to get caught. Bad drivers are hard to trust due to their lack of integrity. That was my full post right there. And then what do you think the response was?
Too much thinky.
That was one of them. But
Not
there was a
enough
lot
drinky.
there was some comments. I think for the most part, it was
How
well
many
received.
likes did you get?
It was probably,
Can't you read it?
I don't, it's not up right now, but the likes were probably around like 30 to 40. The ha-has were probably a little bit less. And what else
Were there
was there?
angries?
There was a few hearts. There was no angers. It's just likes, hearts, and ha-has.
So the ha I hate the ha emoji because it's very
you don't know
vague.
where it's at.
You don't know if they're laughing at you, laughing with you.
I didn't realize. I thought my thoughts were collected well enough.
Oh, they're collected.
Yes.
Shut up, man.
What is your response then? What's up?
I think that guy was exactly right. This is a troll page. This is not a...
I started off new to the page. That was new to the page, old to the rage.
I did like that line. But, you thought way too much into it. They just want you to post a video of someone badly driving. They don't want your
But
thoughts and
why?
opinions.
Yeah,
I
but
had
I think
a really awesome video in that one. I was at the DMV and people were parked like shitholes. Like I showed them and then I zoomed out and it was at the DMV and everybody
like out of all places.
got 400 likes.
Jeez.
But yeah, see,
Jeez.
400 likes. All you got to say is,
That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, did you
Hey,
win?
get over here. Yeah, get it.
oh,
We need a
Crystal
little brevity
time.
to this topic. We're talking about bad drivers here. So
Crystal's here.
How was
Yes,
your
yes.
driving tonight?
It was mediocre.
yes, she cuts corners.
Like
Yeah.
driving over
Was
the
that-
corner.
was-
She
that
turns into the
post that you
far
wrote
lane. She
about?
doesn't turn into the close lane signal to get over and move over when safe.
That is only if there is no other car.
It doesn't matter.
I don't give a
You
flying
signed
fuck.
on the line.
I'm with Crystal on this one.
I think we know who Justin wrote his post about.
Your wife is sitting right there.
We need to talk.
There are
That's not a good. That's
my babies are in those cars, in that car,
Because they're with me like all the time.
and me. All right, get out of here.
We're gonna take him to see Godzilla and King Kong
Accidentally,
next week.
accidentally, they're gonna accidentally take me. I won't
kidnap.
know.
By the way, motherfucking champ.
You guys won.
Ooh, won
Good job.
again.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Dub.
Any murders?
What you mean, like a school shooting or something?
You have to play volleyball
Spike
next
murders?
Thursday.
Few spike murders.
Nice.
Do you have to play volleyball next Thursday? Oh, you can't come with me.
Oh, damn it. She'll take the kids. She takes them all the time.
I just heard it.
She requested to. All right. So, again, what were your thoughts on that?
I think it's a troll page. I think people just want to say, look at this shithead.
Yes.
And that's it.
What were your thoughts on my theory?
I liked your first sentence.
Okay.
The tribunal will note that
I mean, you're overthinking it.
A little bit.
I don't know. So, okay. I'm like,
Listen.
I like to imagine that I am water on the road. Just like let other people's stupidness flow around me. I try not to get road rage.
called hydroplaning.
I really don't. I like, because I feel like if you get road rage, you're
I try
gonna
not
carry,
to, and then I start the car.
you're gonna carry that anger with you.
Oh, yeah. And it's
so
much
the
worse.
next place you go, you're gonna be angry.
Yeah, it's
I
much
don't
worse
like
when
that.
you're in a car too, because when you got that speed behind you, your adrenaline or whatever anger you have is also increased. So it's like people, I don't know, I think the entitlement type of thing with people behind the wheel, like when they cut you off or turn into lanes or want to like rev up right next to you, it's like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna do? I mean,
Yeah.
like when you get out of this vehicle, like,
I mean, I won't deny I have gotten angry.
yeah,
But I try not to because, yeah,
I
actually
never have,
kind of what you said at the beginning.
Your Honor.
I'm not letting anger control me. Anger is experiencing me.
yes,
So that's what I try to do when I'm
Anger
driving
fears
is like,
yeah. But I mean, like if you're at the mall or something, sorry, don't say it. If you're at the mall or something, like and
What?
you actually butt into somebody and you're like, oh, sorry, you know, you
Yeah.
don't have that same rage or whatever. But if you're
Right.
behind a vehicle, it's like, what the fuck? You know, like, you know, you want to like flip somebody off.
I think this goes to
Fucking
kind of what
dumbass.
I know you listen to Joe Rogan. He said this before. I think it's because you're at a heightened sense of
awareness.
Awareness already. You're going 50 miles per hour.
I feel
and
like
so,
that's why I am so angry because I'm.
you're already like tense. And so like, what are you doing, stupid?
Well, I don't know if Justin's been in a vehicle with me, but Brian's been in a vehicle with me a bunch of times. Shane said I'm the safest crazy driver he's ever been with. So I'm in high alert at all times because I am speeding.
You're more defensive?
And yes. Well,
Gotcha.
no, I'm more offensive.
That's the worst.
Yeah, you're more offensive, I think.
I'm making the rules. But
That's
I'm also
which is terrifying at
constantly
times.
looking in my mirrors, like constant. You know what I mean?
Except
like,
for when we went by the Eagle Stadium. That was
No,
a
that
close
was the
call.
Bears
Or
Stadium.
Bear Stadium.
Yes,
Bears.
I almost killed us in Chicago.
That was the one time he had his eyes off the road.
But didn't die in Kansas City. When we all had to do the stop.
That was a situation.
I'll read you off some of these people's responses.
Can't wait.
One of them I will go more into.
I've only been in 2 accidents and neither were my fault. Literally, I'm
Good
not
for
just
you.
saying
Good
that.
for you.
I had some lady pull out in front of me on ice, and then the other one, both ice related.
Oh, nice. It was
That's
an
why my
ice.
bumper's falling off my car right now because we
ice
both
performance?
hit an ice patch on I-80.
Beautiful.
Slapped into each other, and I spun 3 lanes and almost got hit by a
Reindeer.
wow
Kind of like a
reindeer.
runner on a baseball.
Oh, I guess that one counts. The deer. That wasn't my fault either.
When
That
they
motherfucker showed up
end
out
up
of nowhere, and then I
in
beat
your
the shit
seat.
out of it.
There was no amount of offensive driving he could have done to get out of the way of that reindeer.
Well, maybe not going 95, but
true.
You're looking for Santa.
Then again, that
Rob, I love
the
when
deer
Rob-
could have went through the windshield if he wasn't going 95. So there's that. You might have
True.
saved your life.
true. We also slapped a deer on the ass going to see Joe one time. He jumped right out in front of us, but I stopped enough and it like hit his butt.
It's like, ew.
Yeah.
He was
Hey,
a
hey,
dick.
hey.
He was an asshole. That was an asshole deer.
So some of these
Dirt
guys'
roads, too.
responses to
Anyway.
my post here,
Yeah, let's see.
they're like, no, just no. And I'm like, what? So I was kind of inquisitive of some of these.
Oh shit! You responded back.
God.
Oh no!
Did you get banned from this group?
No,
Is
no.
that how this story ends?
Some chick was like, this speaks volumes about you. Wow. And
In a wow, in a good way, or wow,
wow.
or
like,
the way you read it.
It comes off sarcastically. So I didn't
What if
understand.
she meant it like, wow, this says a lot about you?
Well, I
Wow.
didn't know exactly what they
Wow.
were saying because that's why I asked. I'm like, what do you mean? Why? Like, wow. Like, I'm saying like when somebody breaches a contract, it's a form of dishonesty.
I think you confused a lot of these people.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think a lot of their IQs are below 75.
Somebody else said, honestly, given my relationship history and given the driving record of a couple of them, this isn't a bad theory. LOL. And I was like, that's not really where I'm going with this whole post.
No, I agree.
Yes. Somebody else is like, this is a little dramatic. LMAO. We will.
That was me. Sorry.
Somebody else was like, we will do what we think we need to do to survive. Some have a better idea of what that is than others.
What does that mean? That's
I'm like-
that's too deep.
And that's what I'm saying is like following the rules of the road will definitely increase your chances of survival. Why is when my 2 examples were illegal turns and failure to signal. That were my 2 examples in the driving part.
I don't think blinkers are installed in cars anymore. If you
I don't
drive
think
in
so.
this
There's
town.
that little stick behind the wheel. What is that? Yeah. And
Also,
then this
zipper
one.
merging. Don't get me started.
This is the one I had the most interaction with. This guy was like, these are some amazing mental gymnastics. You deserve a gold medal. And so I
Hey,
engaged.
nice.
I guess. Thank
Which
you.
Olympics though? Like
Justin, you're so smart.
I guess. So, anyways, I engaged with this
whoa,
guy.
that came out of nowhere.
I'm like, I'm equating 2 forms of willfully broken promise/contracts as dishonest. How does that not meet the mark? Typically, the response of mental gymnastics is reserved for faulty reasoning.
Did you
Where's the
shit
fault?
on the guy that gave you a compliment?
I guess. Well, I mean, I'm talking about mental gymnastics here. I'm like, I can see blanketing inexperience as bad drivers, but the examples were failure to signal and illegal turns. And he responded back, you're assuming that because someone makes a bad driving maneuver that they automatically break their marriage vows.
Marriage vows.
That is nowhere in my post. He's like, that is the loosest theory I have ever heard. I'm talking
Not
as
as loose as his wife.
Wait,
He goes-
wait. I kind of see where he's coming from, actually.
I get that, but that's not even in my post, though.
Kind of.
No, it's not, though.
Let's
Kinda.
reread your post. Say it
My
again.
post is when you get married, you
Nope,
make.
read the first part.
Sorry, call this a little extreme, but I tend to gauge
Nope.
people's
We gotta
First
hear
line.
the first
new to the
line.
page, but old to the race.
There you go. Thank you.
That's the best part.
Call this a little extreme, but I tend to gauge people's driving as a testament of their honesty. When you get married, you make vows, treasure to commit yourself to the person. You understand this and sign on the line to receive a marriage license as a promise, quotated, to abide by these vows. When you step out of your marriage, it is rude, selfish, and dishonest. When you receive a driver's license, you must sign on a line as a promise, quoted, that you understand and will abide by the rules of the road. When you perform illegal turns or failure to signal, you show that you don't give a fuck about anybody else and that you are selfish and dishonest by cutting corners. You are willing to break your promise if you think you will not be caught. Bad drivers are hard to trust due to their lack of integrity. They are willingly breaking their promise. That is not saying one causes the other. That is two examples.
Separate things. Yep.
Yes.
Nope, you're right. But I can see the confusion.
Yes, and that I didn't understand that at first because this is a lot of these, and I responded to most of these, and most of these when I was like,
you post and ghost, Justin. Post and ghost.
No wonder he had to release it apart.
This is why I needed a topic. But no, when I responded to some of these, I
Justin makes his own topics.
Came back and said, this is not a cause correlation response. These are two different examples of different things. And some of the people were like, okay, I can get that now. But yeah, I understand. This guy just kept on going. He's like, that is a Lucis theory.
What is this guy's name?
First name. Like CJ or JC or whatever. I don't know.
Oh God, he has initials.
AJ.
Like he's always cutting cords because he can't even spell out his full name.
Lonnie? So no, he's like, take my cock. I'm talking as loose as a prom queen finger banged by Godzilla. Again, your mental gymnastics are amazing for you to even relate to the two. If it's not
dead,
it's not even apples and oranges. Your reasoning is comparing bacteria and water fleas, most complex living organism. And I responded back. I'm like, this is incorrect and is not what is stated. I'm saying one is just as dishonest as the other. Not that one implies the other. You're judging my post by your mental gymnastics.
I need to quit the internet.
What happened next?
And then he goes, that is literally a comparison. For fuck's sake, are you seriously this dull? And I responded, I can see how you see that, but that's not it. If you cheat in a marriage, you are dishonest. If you promise to do something but do not, you are dishonest, such as promise to abide by road rules. It does not say if you fail to signal, you will cheat on your spouse. The examples are comparison of honesty, not a causation of the other. The topic is about honesty, which was my conclusion in my post. And then he goes, okay, whatever makes it easy for you to justify your lack of basic comprehension. Good luck with life.
That's how you know you got him.
Yeah. And then I'm like, that's rich. I just explained to you that we both think the same thing. I do not believe being a bad driver makes you a cheating spouse, which is what you were calling me out for due to your lack of comprehension. And he's like, don't backpedal now. I'm like, I'm being as clear as concise as I can with this guy. But he's like, plus, we finding out you got to have the last word, too. I love when people just keep running their mouths.
Says the person who keeps saying the last word.
Somehow outwitting others.
I mean, you both are guilty of that.
Yes, I love you, Justin, because you're trying to have an intelligent conversation.
I know. I'm realizing
that that's on Facebook, so that's your problem.
I'm 2 hours into this group, too, and I didn't really know. So, yes, this is on me.
No, but I get it, because, like, I get it. You want to try to I can change this guy. I can make him see what I'm seeing, and
I feel like
it's just not that way.
Communication. Oh yeah, it's not. It's not. Communication is a form of understanding. And if we're speaking the same language, and you're choosing not to understand, like when you talk to somebody and they automatically assume everything that falls out of your mouth is dishonest, like this guy here. Let me finish up this last response here. He's like, so what is it? You just keep running your mouth thinking that somehow are outwitting others. I'm like, if you're going to engage, I will engage. You made attempts on insults, which is also being a dishonest interlocutor. There is no backtracking, only clarification. You seem to have an issue with what I said. I clearly explained to you to help your break in understanding, but you still prefer to want to stand with your assertion. You and I are not enemies. We're probably more alike than not. It's not an outwittingness. It is a vie for truth. I clearly did not say or imply illegal turns mean you will have a marital affair. I don't even agree with that. Don't assume I did. And some guy stepped in. He's like, I would just stop banging your head against the wall, dude. Came to argue an incorrect angle on your comment. And I was like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
but
he is.
And the guy didn't respond after that.
Oh, man, really?
My big thing.
Do you feel bad that you wasted so much time?
No, because sometimes when I feel like I'm arguing with other people online, it's not, I know I'm not reaching them, but the people who read it, I'm reaching more of them.
It's true. There's a lot, most people that,
when other
there's
people,
going to be a lot of people that,
when somebody doesn't have a horse in the race,
don't say anything.
Yeah, when they don't have a horse in the race or anything, they're like, okay, I can see what's going on. This guy is angered and he's wanting to, like, whatever, dude. You're backtracking. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm fucking trying to tell you exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. This comes from a more serious stance, I guess, more mature stance. But yeah, no, I can't stand when certain people like this, they try to tell you what you are thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
That's extremely dishonest. You're just as dishonest as the people I'm posting about here.
You're gaslighting.
It's frustrating.
It's okay to make an observation about what you think is happening, but saying like you're, because you came in here and you think this. It's like, read my post, dude. It doesn't even imply any of that. Yeah, the guy's like, this is a lot of thinkingness for this group, may not be your optimal audience. Definitely hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You're right there. I had to edit my original post. I made like a bottom, edit on it.
And you just said hi to the
And I'm like, looks like it needs to be mentioned because a handful of people are assuming this means if you fail to signal, you will cheat on your spouse. Correlation does not mean causation. This is simply a post on honesty with two separate examples about willingly breaking promises / contracts. Not that one implies the other. So I know there was a lot of misunderstanding with that. I know that people were kind of going into that reading. Like, why do you automatically assume that? For you, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
Okay. You have 2 daughters, like kids, right?
Yes and yes.
Yes,
well,
okay.
3 daughters.
3 daughters,
yes.
at least. Okay. And you partake, like you do a little bit of something here. You do some drugs, right?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay. You like sex too, right?
Yes.
You like having sex with drugged up kids?
What? No.
That's how
Exactly not. This is what the people were doing.
I see.
They're the ones drawing the correlation. I'm not even saying any of that, but they're doing this. It's like just because you make an example of something like I spelled it out so many times for a few of these people who weren't getting it at first. Because one person was like, I was faithful in my marriage and, I did not whatever. And it's like, I'm not even saying that. Like,
a lot of people got stuck on the marriage thing.
Yes. I'm like, this is an example of breaking a contract. Although when breaking a marriage contract, it hurts one person at least, maybe, kids involved or other family, but it doesn't have like life-threatening situations. When you break a contract with a road rules, you can fucking kill somebody and affect multiple people's families.
This is true.
So, yeah.
I agree.
I think, what's interesting is we've all been in these conversations online, isn't that? It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yes.
And you wonder,
Get off.
is it a lack?
No, I'm not.
Do we all, since we're reading online all the time, is it we're reading too fast? We're not comprehending.
Yeah, I think a lot of people they let their emotions very much like driving
real
too.
Quick, yeah,
they can. You can sit behind a keyboard and let anything affect you or so. But no, I can agree that coincidentally, a person who drives bad can cheat on their spouse, but it doesn't mean that it causes the other. Yeah, I mean,
my ex, when she went to go cheat on me, she would literally run red lights.
The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? Hey, it doesn't mean what you think of me.
Bitch. She was a red light.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like a cheating spouse, they can be like an awesome parent. And that's a whole different conversation. But it's like there's certain things that people do that doesn't necessarily mean it lines up. We can read patterns. Typically, if you cut corners in one area, you're likely to cut corners in others, but not always. So if someone is known to never pay back large amounts of money, you probably wouldn't consider loaning it. Again, I was emphasizing examples of contracts and promises because to me, I do not make promises I don't keep. I don't make loans I don't repay. I like to be a person that holds to my word. Receiving a license is making a promise contract that can have its rights revoked. Driving is
A privilege.
a privilege. Yeah. It's like there's people who fuck up so much that they haven't drove for years or so. But
you knew it was coming.
yeah, I guess these are the rules of the language, I guess, huh?
Yep.
I was puzzled by a little bit of the misinformation. So I guess to me, the lack of critical
Well, maybe you
thinking,
should speak more clearly, Justin.
I was befuddled by the lack of critical thinking upon my fellow.
No, not right now. I meant in your post, you jack.
I was fucking concise as fuck.
Grammar rodeo? We're going to a grammar rodeo?
There's
Periods
probably,
where
there's
they
probably
need
a
to be.
group out there for you.
You think so?
Of people that like
You want to hook me up with a group?
I don't know the group. But you do like to speak in long.
Are you saying I'm out?
Look at your responses to me asking what flavor of drink you wanted earlier.
Don't.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, though.
It was
in
a
our
one-word response.
No, in our text messages, you like.
Oh shit! Here come people.
You like to talk and you like to have elegant conversations.
I like to hear myself text.
So even when we're texting and it is John asks like, what color do you want or flavor?
Flavor.
You write
This is a very important. What if I picked the wrong thing?
Do you want me to read what you put?
What did I read?
I asked you guys out of the 4 flavors. Well, I added a 5th one. Chariot.
See, this made it more challenging.
Yes, Johnny! After falsely accusing a highly decorated Marine officer of conspiracy and perjury.
I said, what flavor would you like? Brian, answer, blackberry. Or that's what phone he was using at the time. I don't know. Justin, cherry when it comes to soda, peach for most things, strawberry is pretty safe, blackberry lubricants gives an interesting flavoring when mixed with vaginal secretions.
I said that?
Yes.
I said that?
Yes.
That is accurate.
And then you finally said, fuck it, peach. Thanks, hon.
So
that sounds...
I think that's not a bad thing. It's just how you speak. And so, like, maybe you need to find a like-minded group where people...
Oh, I'm not attached to the group. I mean, I'm in the group, but I'm not married to the group. I don't care. I'm not
he's over it.
I'm not angered by the group. I'm angered in the situation. I don't want to say anger experiences me when I'm in a vehicle. Okay. So
anger's gonna experience
I want to
shit out of John.
There's a few things I want to hammer home. So the reason why
Don't say hammer.
Fuck your rules.
I'm hammering this. The reason why I am screwing this,
Mr. Pelosi.
I hammered a windshield one time with my fist.
Jeez.
Oh no.
That guy broke my windshield first.
Motherfucker.
Well, it was already broke, but he cracked it more.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
So there might have been a time I didn't realize the importance of like certain like rules, especially like when driving. Like there might have been a time where I was like, fuck it, whatever, it's easier. I always like to turn into the closest lane, like illegal turns, man. Like I can't stand when I do that.
Oh, I do that all the time. You're gonna hate me.
I will probably. It's like there's so many times where I'm turning into my lane, and the person who wants to do the illegal turn is like, I'm like, sorry, I didn't know you were gonna do an illegal turn.
No,
Shut the fuck up.
I won't do that if people are like, I won't do that.
It's like the only time I cross lanes is if I'm turning out of a business where it's expected. If you turn out of a business, you turn. If you're going to turn from an intersection, you turn to the closest lane, signal to get over, move over when safe. There's so many times where there's people who are piling into the next lane to try to speed past. It's like, dude, I'm turning into that right now. And now you're going to honk at me and then get back into the other lane.
Every morning when I go to work.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. But there's plenty of times like, it's a green arrow for me.
Right.
And I'm going to go in whichever
we would have
lane I
so
want
much
to.
we would have so much smoother traffic if people turned into their own lane. So many times when I'm watching the
so much
person
smoother traffic if people realized their exit was coming up and didn't wait
This
till
is
the
true,
last
too.
minute and go over 3 lanes of fucking traffic.
Zipper merge.
I was so proud the other day. I was going down a street and everyone was zipper merging. We were flowing like a son of a bitch. I'm like, everyone, good job.
We did it! We did it! Oh my God! Oh, this is amazing! We did it!
I was so happy.
It'll never happen again.
I
just wanted to cry.
Put my hands up in the air and everything. I was, look how well that went, everyone.
I pulled over and started to cry, and then they were honking at me because I was still. So no,
He just stops his car and gets out. Guys, we did great.
let's cheer.
Use the shoulder, asshole!
Yeah.
Fuck off, asshole!
All right. So there are 109,000 cities in the U.S.
Prove it. Name them.
Alphabetical. Ali,
Backwards.
Javar.
Did you
Prove
know
you're not
Atlanta-
drunk.
Did you know Atlanta population-wise is the same size as Kansas City?
Holy shit. Yes.
I feel like it's bigger.
Yes. There are 333 cities.
Wow. How did you know?
There are 333 cities with the population of 100,000 or more. So the population of Omaha, Nebraska is approximately 500,000. Where are we on that list of largest
Actually,
cities?
it's like 480, and we are 40th.
We are 40th on some charts, 39th on some.
Yeah, 30,
yes.
yeah, somewhere in that vicinity. Yes.
Yes. So Omaha, Nebraska.
Why do I know this?
Omaha, Nebraska is the largest city in Nebraska, where we almost doubled Lincoln as far as population.
We're one of the
goes.
largest cities without a major sports team. Also,
Yes. Are you mad about that?
very.
Get mad.
Ugh.
Does anger experience you right now?
Not right now.
Are you experiencing anger?
Nah.
No, you have to grab it by the balls.
We technically have a professional volleyball team now, though.
That's fair, I guess. Somebody was wearing their sweatshirt today.
Good night, daughter.
Good night,
Good night.
kids.
Good night, daughter.
I want high
Good
fives.
night.
Love you. Are you girls mad right now? Of bad
Where's my high
drivers?
five?
Or is Matt experiencing you?
Were you scared when mommy was driving? Girls, were you scared when mommy was driving?
Scared for your lives?
Does she drive crazy?
Nope.
She does.
That sound like she got paid off.
It does.
Does your mom
piggy
drive
bank?
crazy?
No.
Why are you scared?
Unplug that?
Why are she scared?
No,
Says
you're
it.
still going.
Ask that one. Maya.
Maya, you're the creepy one. Why aren't you talking? Where's my high five? Whoa, I got a hard eye roll.
High five coming in for
Oh, that was close. That was almost nuts.
Are you okay, John?
No.
Did she hurt you?
She did hurt me, actually.
Ooh, I'm telling.
I felt like she's suppressing anger
Good night, ladies.
because her mom scared her in the car for driving terribly.
They look exactly like their mother.
The little one probably looks more like me when I was that age. She's like my twin. The big one definitely has
Whatever you gotta tell yourself.
That's the most I've seen your kids since I've been coming over here.
That's a good thing.
And I was like, whoa, they look exactly like
This one
Crystal.
keeps like cutting out my ears, but that's fine.
But anyways, I wanted to go back into we have been voted. I just went back a few years. Worst drivers in the nation twice. 2018, we were worst drivers in the nation. 2021, we were worst drivers in the nation. We are 15th, 2019, 16th, 2020, 25th, 2022. Went back to the first place in 2021. I didn't get 2022 or 2023 or whatever. I guess the numbers are,
It seems wild to me because like traveling to places like Chicago, I'm like, these people are crazy. Like they're just up on the side of the sidewalks.
That's
and
what we do
stuff,
here.
and, like,
Where'd you learn to drive like that? Grand Theft Auto.
I've never seen
I saw
one.
people drive over medians and stuff.
So
2 wheels. But
wild.
yeah. So in my post, one of the commenters made a point about shopping cart returns. Another testament of one's honesty. I think if you return your shopping cart to the cart keep, then you're a good person. Do you have to retrieve carts?
Don't bring this up, please.
I used to have to
Are
do
you
it.
warning me?
It's
Okay.
a problem.
I enjoyed doing it back in the day.
People can't even put my headset is messing up. People can't even put their carts away when they're done with at self checkout. They'll literally leave
Right
it
there
as
next
they
to the
walk
carts.
by the cart
carts.
corral where to put it back.
Hey, don't leave that there stuff.
Yeah, don't be assholes, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, it gets a little annoying.
Yeah.
A lot of annoying, especially for somebody. It's like, I cannot stand that entitled culture of like, it's not my job to do it or I don't get paid to do it. It's like, yeah, but you should be a good customer. You know, you want good customer service,
Especially my
but it's just
neighborhood.
as
That
important
entitlement
to be a good
is
customer.
real.
It's just we're a neighborhood. We should all treat each other like we're neighbors.
But the entitlement, the arrogance or whatever,
Yeah.
that is what America
I
is
get
known
it.
for, is the arrogance and the ignorance.
We're better than they are.
Again, we go back to like living the fast-paced life, the what do you want to say? Where are you at?
I don't know. It's been messing up for the last couple minutes. We don't have to. It's not a huge deal.
We'll
Feels
try
like
it.
It's now. It's definitely not out. Well, you definitely made it worse. All right, there we go. It's fine now, I guess.
I think that's a.
Brian hit a button.
I was trying to do a
anything.
sound effect for John's mic falling out, and it turned
Headphones.
Justin into
Headphones.
When it
You
comes
guys
to
can
like
still hear me in the mic though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're
Sorry,
good.
wrong-
It's just my
wrong word.
headphones.
No,
Okay,
when it
just
comes to
making
like bad drivers, I can have like a leniency for like beginner drivers or old drivers, people with like slower reflex. But it appears like the majority of Omaha, they don't fall into like this demographic. This isn't the majority.
I don't see what you guys see. Like I don't feel
You're
like
part of the problem, though,
right?
right?
For the turning, apparently.
Yeah.
But like, I really don't feel like I run into that bad of drivers. Maybe I'm lucky.
Oh, there's.
I mean, I get.
Anytime I'm behind the wheel,
I get people that like try to swipe me once in a while, but like for the most part,
It's okay.
everyone's rolling along.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not in this town.
Maybe it is just because I just like it doesn't
You live
bother
out there
me,
in
I
the
guess.
rich neighborhood.
You're stoned and you're driving.
Not really, but sure, we'll say.
How
It is nicer, I suppose.
I think driving is like a personality trait. I mean, like not by definition, but sort of. Like a person.
I hate driving on Sundays in this town.
Yeah, especially the entitled like church people, whatever.
Oh my God.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And you no longer are in food service, but when you did work food service and like the impact of like the church group, the entitlement like is just. Ugh.
Well, I deal with that at the grocery store, especially today. That's why I had to have a blizzard today.
Zesty, but non-alcoholic.
People upset me today, so I had to get a blizzard.
Good for
Blizzards
you.
make me happy.
Good for you. So it's kind of like
killed somebody, but that goes to jail. We'd
Yeah.
be only you two talking.
You gotta
Straight to jail.
think about your consequences.
I didn't let anger take over me.
Good.
I controlled the anger.
Yes. Anger experienced you and you said no.
I fucked it without a
You said hands off. No means no. Let go of me. Right?
He did hand gestures and everything for that one, folks.
Yeah. That's my self-defense class. I can teach you a lot about this. Again.
You can count on me waiting for you in the park.
I think it's kind of like money. When you have money, it kind of shows you who you are. So when you are behind a vehicle, it kind of also shows you who you are. It's like if you're going to cut people off, like I cannot stand bob and weavers when they get into like on the interstate and they're like, vroom, vroom. It's like you're not even. I watched you not use your signal for like 8 turns or shift lane crosses or whatever.
Violation.
You've just been rewarded 2 demerits for your driving.
I hate when somebody's on my ass on the interstate, and then Brian knows I go pretty fast. If I'm speeding and you're still trying to get past me, like you need to recheck yourself.
Slow the fuck down. I'm speeding.
Like the other day, I was doing 85 on the interstate, and somebody was like behind me, like getting upset. I'm like, go around, first of all. And second of all, slow the fuck down.
Right. But
if I'm going fast and I tell you to slow down, you really need to slow down.
I feel like I wrote these numbers down here.
Although going to Kansas City, I don't think I've gone under 90 miles an hour. So
I'm going to do these off the dome here.
That's probably why my car almost exploded.
But we have in Nebraska alone, we have about 20,000 vehicle accidents a year, averaged for almost 20 years or so. 1,000 of those lead to deaths. A lot of those end up in intersections where illegal turns and failure to signals are around. So like correcting that, I'm not comfortable with all these unnecessary deaths, and some of these are children too.
Yep.
It's like fucking follow the rules when you're on the road. So yeah, not abiding by road rules can tragically impact multiple families, while stepping out in a marriage can pretty much emotionally impact at least one person. Both of those are contracts. This kind of goes back to the whole honesty thing that I was pretty much trying to push in this group here. It says something about your character. It's like if I go to your house and you're like, hey, take your shoes off. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm wiping it all over the shit. I feel like that says something about my character. I'm not following any sort of rules there. It's not a contract, but it still says something about me. So yeah, if you agree to marry, you should be faithful unless you have other agreements. If you take out a loan, you should pay it back. If you sign your name stating you will obey the rules, then you should very well obey those rules. Willingly breaking a contract/promise says a lot about one's character. It's hard to trust someone who signs something important knowing damn well that they aren't going to hold to it. That's my thing. Yeah.
I joined that group. I haven't been approved yet, though.
Yeah. You want me to approve you? I'm usually, if somebody who's a part of the group can approve it.
Do it.
You're just gonna yell at me.
I did not
on my post there, on my well worded post.
Suppose the violators that annoy me the most is when I'm like behind a cop and I see them changing lanes without a signal or like.
This is why we need road spikes. So when the light turns red,
I get annoyed more by those that are held at a higher standard. When they don't hold up that standard, that's when I get annoyed.
It's like, motherfucker. And sometimes it's the cops themselves who are violating this. It's like, you're not in an emergency.
That.
All right.
It's literally.
What about cops shopping at Hy-Vee?
No, they're fine.
Oh, okay. Cool.
They're usually Boys Town cops. They're all right. They're usually looking for somebody who escaped.
Have you seen this boy?
Just
turned into Pesci over here.
Pesci, De Niro. I mean, I guess Pesci could do it. Do a Pesci. Do a Joe Pesci.
I feel like it's the same.
You think I'm a funny guy?
Funny how? Like a clown? Like I amuse you? No, he's a big boy. Let him speak. All right.
What's he saying? Don't worry, your house is in good hands.
Ting.
Shut up, Marv. Jeez.
John.
What's up?
You want to talk about?
Did you want to segue that better, or like end the segment kind of thing to make that easier for you to
drive well, guys? Be on your best behavior when you're behind a vehicle. Remember the rule.
See you next
Signal
week.
To get over. Move over when safe. Turn to the closest lane, signal to get over, move over when safe.
We lost Brian.
I kind of want to buy like some benches or billboards or whatever just to put these simple things up here. It's like, it shouldn't be so hard, but people don't care. They don't give a fuck.
It's true.
Omaha, you drive like an asshole.
All right, see you guys next week. Or whenever these things come out.
I'm proud of me.
If you enjoyed this podcast, well, that's not all. Stay tuned next week for the continuation of this episode.
whenever these things come out. Shalom.